Welcome, friends. I am so happy that you're here with me today. And today I am going to share with you one of my most cherished memories of my dad. And when he used to cook his chuck roast for us every Sunday, it was a given. We were going to have Dad's chuck roast. So I am blessed to have his cast iron pot today that I'm actually going to be cooking it in. Now, this is a very simple process here, but I'm telling you, it is oh so very good. And so I have my cast iron pot on high, getting hot, because we're going to sear this meat. And in my pot, I have some vegetable oil. And I would say, probably about a few tablespoons, because again, the only reason I'm using it is to sear the meat, okay? So we're going to go ahead and take out our happy little chuck roast here. And then we're going to prep it. And what Dad always did was he stuffed his chuck roast with garlic, okay? So I have my fresh garlic here, and this is one of those times, you guys, I would tell you, you know how you can buy these in a bag at the store already peeled and stuff and whole like this? No, it's worth peeling fresh garlic because it does make a difference. So there's no preservatives. It's just fresh, raw garlic, and it's going to be delicious. So all I'm going to do is just poke some holes in my meat, and then I'm just going to press down these garlic cloves right into the roast, okay? And I'm going to be doing this on both sides. And I'm telling you, these garlic cloves cooking in this meat, oh, it is so good. And if you love garlic, this one's for you because it really does flavor the meat up well. It is really good. And you can't put too much garlic in this thing, just so you know. And I'm actually going to visually see that I'm getting garlic in all the different little places here and pressing them down. And I'm going to, this is a big one. When you have big ones like this, you can just cut them and then just slide them in the hole right there. I'm going to flip this over, and then I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. So I think I'm going to put one more right here. And this one's a pretty big one too. So we'll just cut that. What happened to my hole? Where was it? Okay. So let's shove that down in there. Okay. And then I'm going to flip it over. And some of these might end up falling out, but that's okay. We'll just shove them back in there. And then we're going to just press these in on this side to the meat. And all we're going to add or season this meat with is just salt and pepper. That's all he would put on his meat. And I'll tell you what, if you have, fresh meat, that's all you really need to put on it is salt and pepper. And sometimes we can over season food to where it doesn't even taste like what you are cooking. So we don't want to do that. We just want to taste this meat and all this garlic in it. So I'm just salting it, and I'm just going to put pepper on it. And you notice I'm not using any cracked pepper today or the Himalayan pink salt. I'm not using any of that, and it's because he didn't. And you might be tempted, oh, let's put some onions in here or whatever. Oh no, you don't want to do that. Okay, so now I have the seasoned side with all this garlic in it. You know what, I'm going to put one more right there. And I'm just going to drop this carefully. Be careful because this pot is really hot into my hot oil. You can hear that sizzle, and that's what you want. And one of our happy little garlics came out, but that's okay because I'm just going to put it back in there. So what we're going for is just a good sear on that side. And then once it's seared really good, then we're going to flip it and sear it on the other side. But I did not season this side, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Put our salt on there and our pepper. Okay. And so we're going to just let this sear. And you know, like I said, I have such great memories because every Sunday morning without fail, we knew we were going to church on Sunday morning, and thank God for that. I'm so thankful for that upbringing. But every Sunday morning, I would wake up to the smell of roasted garlic, and Dad was always up early making this roast because when we got home from church, that's what we were going to have for lunch. And something else that was always on our table was rice. Every day of the week we had rice. Doesn't matter what we were eating. We could have potatoes, but we were going to have rice. We could have potato salad with this. We were going to have rice. So it was never like, we already have one starch. We don't need two. Oh, no, it didn't matter. We for sure were having rice every day. And then again, if Mom made some potato of some sort, it didn't matter. We were going to have rice and potatoes with whatever meal. We didn't eat a bunch of pasta. It was mainly potatoes, and rice was the starches that we ate a lot of. So we're just going to let this get a really good sear, and then I'm going to flip it over, and then we'll sear the other side. And we didn't make gravy with this. It was literally just the meat. It's going to come out really nice and tender. And the flavor with this garlic is incredible that you get. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and flip it. Now we're going to let this side, we're going to keep our pot on high. And now we're going to let this side get nice and seared. Okay, so now I'm just going to put the lid on our pot. Now that we have both sides seared, I'm going to put the lid on the pot, and I'm just going to turn it down to a medium-low heat. And now this is going to cook low and slow for several hours. So what you want to do is probably, I'd say, every half hour, maybe every 45 minutes, check it. Lift your lid, and if the liquid has gone down a little bit, you're going to add just a little bit of water. A little bit of water. You're not trying to bring the water level up over your meat. It's just to keep water at the bottom of your pot, okay? And then you're going to put your lid back on, let it cook another 45 minutes to an hour. Then we're going to add a little bit more water. And when I say a little bit of water, I'm going to say maybe a cup of water. Okay, and then you're going to let that cook down. Then you're going to add some more, and then you're going to let that cook down for several hours until your meat is nice and tender. And I'll show you guys what that looks like when it's all done. Oh my word, I wish you guys could smell this. It smells so good. This is going to be delicious.